Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ted. So this is the second time I had to do it. Let's talk about it. All right, first time I had to do it was in the whole striker meta nerf situation in 1.8.2 or 3 or something like that in Division One. Excuse me, sorry about that. Now this is another time I'm gonna have to do it because we got a big update coming and there's a lot of changes to PvP and so on and so forth. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the shits, man. But sorry, before we get started, if you hear about any normalization PvP, I really don't give a shit about that. So I'm not gonna talk about it. I really don't give a shit. If I want to fight, I want that action. I'm going to the ODZ. I worked really damn hard on my stats and my build and I want to keep it that way. I don't want my shit pushed in any direction. Um, so no normalized PvP talk here. So let's get into this Dark Zone shit. First things first, let's talk about the good things. AI enemy patrols are getting reduced, which that's good. Good on them. Secondly, the bag size is being increased to like 6, 8, and 10 or something to that effect, which it should have been that way in the first place because 5 is just fucking ridiculous. So, good job doing something you should have done from the jump. Um, Also, there'll be more contaminated loot and less non-contaminated. That's fine. Whatever you gotta have that with an increased bag size. So, you know, kudos or whatever. Like that doesn't sway me in any direction. Um, Couple things. Before we get into the major thing, let's talk about the player count. Now, a lot of people making the dark zone is so empty. The dark zone is so empty. Blah 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 blah. Okay, now here's where the misconception happened. It's not because the dark zone's super empty. It's because there's so much good PVE content out there that people don't have to go to the dark zone. Like the people who are in the dark zone genuinely enjoy the feel of the dark zone, that risk reward situation that happens. They enjoy going rogue or manhunt or whatever the case may be because there's so much PvE content out there. Like I still haven't completed all my side missions. I've missed a bunch of daily and weekly missions. I still don't have all the exotics. Like there's so much shit to do in PvE that you don't have to be in a dark zone. Um, so I don't think it's because it's empty. I think it's because there's so much shit to do that people don't have to be in there. Unlike Division 1, where it was like, well, let's get as much gear as possible to go into the dark zone. And then once you min max up, you just live in the dark zone. It's not like that anymore. There's so much shit to do. You don't have to be in there, you know. Um, Now let's go into the big thing. This is this one really is a trip. So they are locking up to 515 gear score items to the dark zone. Now, as a PvP fanatic, a hardcore PvP player, even I think that that's just fucking stupid. That's dumb. You should never lock gear or items or weapons or any of that shit behind any mode, especially a mode like the Dark Zone that has the reputation of being so toxic and so unforgiving and so brutal and so cutthroat. People have made it very apparent they don't like being in the dark zone. There's literally a division within a division of PvP players and PvE players, and they both feel very strongly about their particular modes. Don't make fucking PvE players have to go to the dark zone in order to increase their gear score. That's stupid. That is fucking dumb. So, now let me tell you how you could have went about the situation much better than what you did. Instead of just locking the 515 gear or whatever behind the ODZ or the DZ wall, what you should have did was give it to the DZ and also put it in a raid. That way, you make the PvE and PvP population both happy. It's not hard. The PvP players aren't going to complain about Tidal Basin. Oh, I'm sorry, the raid dropping 515 gear, and the fucking PvE players won't complain about the PvP players getting 515 gear because they both have their outlets in order to increase their gear score and do that power creep that you are hoping for the next big update or whatever the case may be. So that's number one. You please both people by doing that. I don't know how. I don't know who made this decision to lock 515 gear behind the DZ. That's just stupid. They should lose their jobs. Secondly, another thing you should have done was, if you really wanted to push people in the direction of the DZ, what you could have done was created vanity items that are DZ exclusive. Like, hey, how about a fucking Rogue beanie, or a fucking Manhunt shirt, or a fucking Manhunt pants, or whatever, or a big ass beanie that says DZ on. You guys are very creative, very smart. You can figure that part out, but there should be some sort of vanity item that is so fucking cool, and you can only get it from the DZ. Because if I was a PvE player and I saw somebody with a big old Manhunt, beanie on, I'd be like, yo, that shit's fucking dope. I normally don't go in the DZ, but I go kill 50 motherfuckers for that Rogue beanie. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's dope. And you have an influx of people coming in there for one beanie. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, whatever. What the fuck do I know? I don't know shit. I just been playing video games for fucking almost 30 years. But anyway, so anyway, that was just stupid. I don't know who made that decision, but they need to stop smoking that crack. What else we got going on here? What else? I don't have a script. Y'all know me. I just say whatever it is on my mind. Right now, I'm kind of just looking through what they're talking about. Weapon normalization, gear. Oh, gear change. Okay, so for all you motherfuckers that have no creative minds of your own, and you just went and typed in WIDS, and you're just running whatever build WIDS is running, and now your shit's getting nerfed even harder than what it was before. And now you want to bitch and complain and cry about it, much like the fucking striker meta. You guys did that shit. You guys typed in WIDS, or typed in Marco Styles, or typed in Like Butter, or whoever it is you follow, and you fucking copied and pasted their build. And you guys made the shit super overpowered and super overused and just fucking ridiculous. And now the shit's getting nerfed. And it's your fucking fault. Just like the fucking striker meta. I said it in my first Let's Talk About It. You guys, or us as a community, we let the shit get out of hand, and now it's getting nerfed, and now you want to bitch and complain about it. Shut the fuck up. You did that because you lack creative thinking, and you're a goddamn sheep, and you just want to do whatever WIDS and Marco Styles does, and it's your fucking fault. That's just what it is. Now, as far as all these gear changes are happening, I don't give a shit about buffs and nerfs and all that shit. I'm a fucking gamer, so I'm gonna adapt and overcome no matter what gets buffed and nerfed. Period. So with that being said, I think all the buffs and nerfs are gonna push people in one direction. I can already tell you what's the meta gonna be, and that's before this shit even came out. You're looking at fucking spotter mask, sorry, with the fucking unbreakable chest, or I'm sorry, unstoppable chest, or maybe even unbreakable. And then you're looking at compensated gloves with the on the ropes backpack. That's gonna be the fucking meta. That's just, I'm already calling this shit, and then this is the 18th of April. I'm calling the shit. That's going to be the fucking meta. Because you guys, we were in a good spot with build diversity. Yeah, we had a bunch of people running the SMG, fucking lifesteal, WIDS build, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I've seen AR builds, LMG builds, shotgun builds, sniper builds, SMG builds. I've seen so many builds, but with the changes that you're making, I guarantee you that the meta is going to shift to one, maybe two now. Guarantee it. I'm calling this shit. But anyway, what else we got on this list, man? I don't know what else we got. They're trying to increase time to kill, whatever. That shit doesn't mean, whatever. It is what it is on that. I don't really care about the time to kill. They were talking about being able to buff the ARs, and as an avid AR user, it hurts me to say this, but the ARs don't need a buff. I really don't. What they should have been buffing, and what they said they were, was the fucking exotics. The exotics are fucking awful. They're all fucking awful, minus minus the fucking Nemesis sniper rifle. That shit is overpowered as fuck. That shit, that shit needs to be fucking nerfed. Um, you'll see some gameplay coming up for me pretty soon where I one shot a couple people, and body shots and all type of, like, it was just, it's ridiculous. That shit's way overpowered. But these exotics, like for instance, whoever came up with the pestilence and dropped that shit in there and they quality assurance tested that shit and said, yeah, this pestilence is good to go, you should be fucking fired, because that is fucking awful. Awful. So anyway, they're getting a buff. They shouldn't even made it in the game as fucking awful as they are. But anyway, let me see. I think I touched on everything, man. I'm an avid. I've been playing the Division since the beta of #1, and I played that until the bloody end. And then I pre-ordered the gold edition of this, so I spent $100 to get this game. I want this game to succeed. I'm not gonna stop playing this game, even though they're making awful fucking decisions. But at some point, they've got to stop listening to people and listening to certain people who just say, "Oh, well, PvP and DZ is boring now. We need to add something else." And so they were like, "Oh shit, Marco Style said PvP is boring. Let's go add Rogue and this and that, and let's go add a bunch of bullshit to it." Stop, fucking stop. You just stop. Hashtag this is not my ODZ. I don't know what the fuck you guys are trying to do to the ODZ, but leave the shit alone. Leave the shit alone. I'm just average everyday Joe. I don't have 50K, 100K fucking subscribers. I play 8 to 12 hours a fucking day, and I enjoy my time. So with that being said, instead of adding Rogue, oh, and that brings me to the fact that why the fuck are you adding Manhunt and Rogue to the ODZ? Why? That doesn't, like, that's my why. Like, I don't fucking understand it. Because if I'm in the ODZ, I don't give a shit if you're the nicest fucking shade agent or the nastiest fucking manhunt. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like, it doesn't fucking matter to me. Like, I don't give a shit. So why do you even have Rogue in the ODZ? Now, what you should be doing is there's 3 DZs. One can be normalized, one can be occupied, and one can be occupied with Rogue. However you want to flip that and name it, I don't really give a shit. But my ODZ, I don't give a shit about rogues and manhunts. I don't give a fuck about that. What you should be doing is taking those resources that you're gonna put out, all these pretty rogue timers and all this shit. Take that shit. You need to put some fucking boxes for me to use these 20 fucking Dark Zone keys that I can't do shit. I'm not gonna take these keys to the normalized DZ for fucking what? I got them in the ODZ. Give me something to open these bitches up in the ODZ with. So, anyway, uh, with this patch, there's a lot of cool things happening, but there's a lot of stupid shit happening, and it just, sometimes it just boggles my mind. So, like I said, this is just little old me, Mr. Double digit hours a day, Division 2 player, thinking out loud. But long story short, the 515 gear score locked behind a DZ. That's fucking stupid. The contaminated bags, they should have been 10 from the jump. I don't know why the fuck they ended up being 5. Normalized PvP, who gives a flying fuck. Um, what else? The gear talent nerfs and buffs and whatever. I don't fucking care. I'm a gamer. I'm gonna adapt and overcome. So with that being said, that's my opinion on it. That's just me thinking out loud. If you don't like it, eat a bag of dicks. It's just, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, y'all know how to find me. You know where I be at. I'll catch you in the ODZ. It's your boy TED. Peace out.